Good day everyone, my name is Nick, I hope you are well. This time round we're on the Atari 2600 and we're going to be looking at Rampage, published by Activision in 1989, so quite late on in the Atari 2600's career, but based on the arcade cabinet from Bally Midway in 1986. Now in this, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's come out on just about everything. You control either Lizzie, Ralph or George. George is King Kong, Lizzie is Godzilla, Ralph is a giant wolf, and you must destroy buildings all across the US, and as soon as you destroyed all of them you go to the next stage. All the time the military, quite rightfully so, are trying to shoot you. If they shoot you and kill you, then you morph back to your original form, which is a small human with no clothes on. So here we go up and down here, we thump the building to knock out these walls. It's probably the most basic version of Rampage I've ever played, but it seems to know what it's doing. There's a tank going across the bottom there, we need to avoid that. I think, which I shouldn't have done there, if I press a button, I think fire button, I can jump over that. So it's essentially get as far as you can. Now I'm controlling Lizzie, I think, who's Godzilla, but other characters, as I say, is Ralph the giant wolf, or George who is King Kong, or am I the wolf? I don't know. I'm not sure now, I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, regardless of who you pick, it plays roughly the same. As soon as you knock down enough of the wall, the building will collapse. This is stage 1. You'll see my energy up the top there, so we're Ralph, so we're the giant wolf, right, definitely. So, you see where it says Ralph in the top middle, that grey bar next to it is amount of energy. When that's gone to 0, of course we are dead. Not quite sure how many lives we get on this. You'll see helicopters flying past in the background, which is quite cool to see on the Atari 2600. So although it was late in the day, I think it was as advanced as it possibly could be. Right, chomp this. So you've got to go across the whole of America, destroying all the cities. I haven't seen the film yet, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson of Rampage. I am a bit worried about that film, but anyway, I'm sure one day I will do. Every now and again you'll see people waving their hands from the windows, which you can eat, or fruit, which you can also eat to replenish your energy. Right, next stage, 4 buildings this time. There we go, there's someone waving there. Can we grab them? Oh, we smash out the building. Anyway, I don't think we can reach them. So I think you know the gameplay already, don't you really? Can I get them? Missed. Good, got them, yes. I think we got some energy there. So go, Ralph, go. I think the backstory is that George, Lizzie and Ralph have been involved in weird scientific experiments, and as an offshoot of that, they've turned into a giant animal of some kind. Go, giant wolf. Now, yes. King Kong, Godzilla and giant wolf face. Did you have this one back in the day? Let me know. How far did you get? Did you manage to complete it? Because as I say, these games aren't, well, these reviews aren't always walkthroughs. They're generally what the game would have felt like as a kid on your first and second go, and when you have gone back and had some other goes. I think I would have gone back to this one. Review the game on so many systems now. ZX Spectrum, I think. My memory's getting a bit hazy. The Commodore Amiga, the Game Boy Advance, and now this as well. I haven't reviewed it on the Commodore 64 yet, so that'll be interesting. Get that one on the list, Nick. These buildings are taking a hell of a pounding. I don't know why we're smashing them. Right, get out of the way. Kaboom! So that's crushed. Good. On the more advanced versions, you will see dust and brickwork flying around there as they collapse. There's the enemy. Make sure you don't get in the way of the bullets. Kaboom. Right, so you see my strategy here. One building at a time. Just take out all the walls. Best to work this way up, the top going down, because if you fall down a great distance, you will lose some energy. This is the weirdest looking wolf I've ever seen. Moves quite well, this one, once you get used to the controls. Jump. Oh man, I need to get the hang of that. I haven't jumped over that once. We'll see if we can get the hang of that before the review's over. That's my challenge. Here we go. Should be quite easy here. There we go. That should fall down now. Kaboom. That's the end of that city. On to the next one. Chicago. Property values at all-time low. Well, there will be after this. So we've got 5 pink buildings. Don't know why they're pink. Maybe it's the only paint they had at the time. Got a good few colours, this Atari 2600. I'm impressed. And I do like this game, but it is very, very late in the day, isn't it? 1989. Did any other games come out later than this on the Atari 2600? I thought its run was over by this point, but obviously not. What's that coming along? It's a coach. Or is it a train? It's not Superman, anyway. You can get on top of the buildings there, but don't fall down. Oh, I didn't lose any energy there. I thought I would do. Interesting. Let's try that again. No, didn't lose any energy at all. Obviously, a wolf's got good legs. If you fall off a building, bend your legs on landing. Only if you're a giant wolf. Otherwise, it don't work. Right, I've got used to that jump now. We'll have to wait till a tank turns up to see if I can successfully jump over it. Controls are quite basic once you get used to it, so it won't take you long before you know what to do here. Then it's all a case of trying to complete the whole thing, which will take you a little while, I think. Boom. What's your favourite version of Rampage? Don't think it's come out on the PlayStation 4, but I could be wrong. It might come out as on an Arcade's Greatest Hits or something that I'm unaware of. So one building collapsed. Yeah, it's doing very well, this. Very, very well. If you can compare it to the very early Atari 2600 games, which always happens on near the end of a system's run, people learn how to exploit the very most out of it, do tricks and little cheats to get the best out of programming, get the most out of the cartridge, and I think they've learned quite a lot here. Right, away we go. One building left. It's got four windows, so the architect wasn't overly generous for people, but it looks like the windows spread over a number of floors. It gives you a bit of an idea what programming was like when you see stuff like that, because probably that's the shortest they could do then, maybe. I think we've got this handled. Look at my energy, though. That looks very slim. Right, get out of the way. We don't want to be hit by fallen masonry. Does the energy go up a little bit? Oh, dear. I didn't mean to go that quick. My finger was on the fire button. We went to the next level. So I think death is imminent here. One more bullet to the belly, and we are dead as a dodo. Or in fact a giant mutant wolf. Don't think there was a Rampage 2, was there? Let me know if there was. I don't think there was. I'm not sure how far you could take the gameplay other than that. So the next one really should be virtual reality Rampage, where you well, see it through their eyes. Oh, I've been shot. Now I mutate back to human form with no clothes on. There we go. I'll just sneak off, pretending that none of this damage was caused by me. See you later. Oh, we have got another life. We're being lowered in by a cloud. Are we? Boom. Right, so it looks like you maybe get 2 or 3 lives here, possibly 3. I don't want this review to go on for hours, because it's just trying to give you a sense of what the game would have played like back in the day. And I think you've pretty much seen that, really. First of all, I thought the controls were a bit clunky, but once you get used to it, you think, nah, that's probably as good as they could have got them, really. That's it. So, you know, you get your basic strategy, then stick to that, and it's all about avoiding all the enemies. There's no time limit on this. You can take as long as you want. Obviously not days and days and days, but you know what I mean, don't you? Boof. That's that one taken care of. As I say, the gameplay's exactly the same whether you play as King Kong, George, or Lizzie, Godzilla. Lovely bit of energy there. Will we complete? Right, see if we can jump over this tank this time. Yay! There we go. We've got that sussed. Boom. I'm now an expert on Rampage. Well done me. Well, an expert by my own low standard, let's say. Loop loop. Oh man, my finger's on the fire button again. So the levels are very similar. That's one thing I say about this version. In the Commodore Amiga version I played and the Game Boy Advance, which granted are later systems, the levels are more varied, the buildings are more varied. Here they seem to be all the same, very similar from level to level, but I let that go. It's what to expect really from an 8-bit system, which was really designed in 1977. So yeah, what they've got, they've made best use of. A few tricks there to get things working. A few things moving on screen at the same time. Love those moving backgrounds with the helicopters. Didn't need to do that, but it adds a little bit of class. Nice shading on the sky as well. You've got a dark blue going to a light blue and a bit of a white colour. So there is a bit of effort gone into this. Overall, I would say for this system, it's a great conversion. If you agree, then comment below. If you disagree, then comment below as well, and your reasons why. It's good to have a bit of discussion. It's all about sharing memories, your own experiences of these games, and that's where intelligence grows, and your own experience and seeing other people's point of view. Hooray! Well, that's the aim anyway. Internet probably not the best place to do that, but we might as well attempt it, eh? Right, boof. Why isn't that building falling down? I think I need to hit it one more. Well, that's fallen down on its own. Has that tank just destroyed that house on its own volition? Very unusual. Energy's looking about halfway down on this second life. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to cause us any problems here. This building is going to the ground. 1, 2, 3, timber! Oops, fallen down there. That wasn't very clever. Cleveland now we're there. If you're at Cleveland, sorry about that. You better get away. 5 buildings again of various sizes. Pink again. Why are they always pink? Pink stink. Right, let's take this person from the window. Come on. Oh, I think they vanished. The window suddenly went very, very long. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Right, that tank's arrived again. We don't want that shooting up our bottom. That can really ruin your day. Kaboom. Right. There we go. Jump, jump, jump. There's nothing like seeing a giant wolf demolishing a city and then jumping over military tanks. That's the middle one gone. What comes after Cleveland? Energy isn't looking brilliant again. As some army attack helicopters fly overhead, shooting at me in the rough direction, but probably taking out hot dog stands in error. They need to aim a little bit better. In reality, they probably have heat-seeking missiles. One missile and then the wolf will be dead. Do they do that in that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's film? Let me know about that. Really need to see that, or do I? Is it best that I don't see it? Dwayne did quite a few films back to back there. San Andreas is another one which I'm not sure I should see, but there we go. That might be great. I can't judge it because I haven't seen it. Come on, that's it. Energy not look. Oh, did I take another bullet there? Another thin sliver. That building's gone. Oops, I've mutated back again to yes. Here we go. How embarrassing. Shovel off, shovel off. I think what we'll do, we'll just take this building out if we can do, and then we'll call it a day for this game. I like it, it's good. I prefer other versions, but you know, that's just comparing system to system, which is always a little bit unfair, especially on an 8-bit system, but I like this, it's good. A good game, a good conversion. Wouldn't have been disappointed if I got bought it as a kid, if indeed I had owned an Atari 2600 back in the day. Pittsburgh, well, we'll let Pittsburgh survive. And they still work. So thank you for having a look at that one. That was Rampage on the Atari 2600, published by Activision in 1989 and based on the arcade cabinet from Bally Midway in 1986. Got any comments about this game, any retro memories or anything at all related, then by all means put those below. You're always more than welcome. Creates a bit of activity on the channel. Big thanks to everyone that's subscribed so far, helping the channel keep running. That really is appreciated. If you want to help a bit more, it's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really does help, and if you want to, I will give you a shout out for any projects you're doing or any websites you're running there. And till next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.